Sky News hosts Liz Storer and Joe Hildebrand join me now. Joe, what's your reaction to what I've just played then?
It's extraordinary. It's extraordinary. Firstly, it's just incredibly undergraduate. I mean, teachers talking like this, talking about how our rulers are suppressing this. The only ruler a teacher should be concerned about is the 30-centimetre long piece of wood. And then, you know, and again, you know, we say you can't bring politics in the classroom. We all know that, you know, anyone who's got young children know how impressionable they are. They come home saying anything they've heard or paid attention to in class, they speak it like the gospel truth. These guys, of course, would say, oh, it's not political. It's just the facts. It's just the truth that, you know, they're trying to cover up. And then says that, you know, criticising Hamas is Islamophobic. Having said all that, Jihad Dib is one of the finest educators, and he's now an MP, I've ever known. He's a dear friend of mine. He's a man of enormous integrity. I have no doubt that he would have absolutely no truck with this whatsoever and would be feeling excruciatingly embarrassed right now.
By his own wife, surely not.
Sadly, yes. I'm sure he's not going to, you know, he's not going to cut her loose. But he would be feeling very embarrassed. He's a very close political and personal ally of Chris Minns and has been for a long time, since before he was leader. So the idea that these chumps were going to target Chris Minns' office, although they were considering that, is doubly embarrassing. Again, same with Jason Clare, one of the finest politicians you will ever meet. Not a speck of anything improper in his entire political history.
Well, Jason Clare's going to have these radical teachers outside of his office.
And again, it's very depressing.
Look, these guys have read the rule book. This has happened throughout history. The Soviet Union had Komsomol, Third Reich had Hitler's Youth. The Chinese Communist Party youth movement has been churning away since Mao's China. Like, this has literally been part of the rule book for any radical left. You just need to look at the way that they've radicalised children over climate change. And as we've seen yet again, they are lumping all these hard left issues into the one basket. Children, in their eyes, are a people group to be mobilised, and it works beautifully because kids don't have the knowledge base or the critical thinking skills to push back on any of this. They're also far less likely to stand up to authority. So if this is what their teachers are telling them is so, this is what they're going to believe. And we've seen this in the school walkouts that have already occurred across our nation in, I've forgotten how many states now, definitely Queensland, definitely Victoria, definitely New South Wales. And then they're blasted all over the news, infecting even more minds. This is straight out of the radical left playbook. And these guys know, as we all know, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. And it's a massive red flag to parents, because unless parents are asking and finding out about this kind of stuff, nobody ever gets pulled up. I would love to know how his wife did get pulled up those first few times. Oh, yeah. Because surely, in my mind, to my way of thinking, that's not a fellow teacher. That is kids who you are telling this kind of stuff to, going home and maybe mentioning it to a parent or two, and the parent contacting the school. It goes from there.
Yeah. Joe, big news today that Ron DeSantis has pulled out of the presidential race. So this leaves Donald Trump or Nikki Haley as the potential Republican nominees. Do you think it's only a matter of time before Nikki Haley accepts that she doesn't have the numbers either?
Quite possibly, and it should be only a matter of time before Joe Biden accepts that he can't possibly run and gets tapped on the shoulder and stands aside for a Democratic candidate who can actually beat Trump, because this is all looking absolutely catastrophic for the Democrats. It is staggering to think that, according to the sort of 3D chess theory of their campaign strategy, that they were actually trying to kind of box Trump into a corner where he became the Republican candidate because he was so oppressed and so martyred by all the lawsuits and the prosecutions against him, that he'd get that sympathy vote and that would put him up into contention because he was the only candidate that Joe Biden could beat. Well, guess what? Doesn't look like Joe Biden can beat him anymore. And again, it goes back to all those knuckle draggers, all those posh, supposed intellectual, smart lefties who thought that once Joe Biden beat Trump in 2020, that it was all over. But this is the thing, though. Like, and again, I kept saying,
thanks to the Democrats. It's thanks to all of the civil cases that Trump is probably going to be president again. But Liz, I mean, you look at Ron DeSantis. Early last year, he was looking like the front runner. I mean, it's been such an enormous change in fortunes politically for him.
It is, but he has simply read the leaves. Like, this was going to happen. Nothing is going to stop the Trump train. And the allegations that Trump's now coming out with, saying these guys, the Dem-leaning, the left-leaning in this country, are literally getting people to show up to the primaries and vote Haley, because now they know, and it's blatantly obvious, Haley is the only chance of beating Trump. Look at New Hampshire right now. They've still got 42% of their voters are not yet aligned with either party, so, which means that they can go to either primaries, Democratic or Republican, and vote in those primaries. And there's literally organisations like the one run by Robert Schwartz, it's called Primary Pivot, and he's come out saying that exact thing, saying we are getting people to go to these Republican primaries in New Hampshire and vote for Haley. We don't care about Haley, we just want to damage Trump. That's a direct quote, by the way. We just want to damage Trump. They know now DeSantis is out of the way. Haley is our only chance. And if you know anything about Haley's ideologies, she is the establishment's pick.
Yeah. All right, let's have a look at the public broadcaster now. Yes. There's a new chairperson coming up to replace Ita Buttrose. There's a lot of attention on who this could be. These are the three contenders. The first is Louise Herron. She's the current chief executive of the Sydney Opera House. Peter Tonner, former Foxtel boss, and New Zealander David Kirk, who was the former boss of Fairfax Media. But Joe, when you think about the fact that Ita Buttrose was a coalition pick, very tough woman, has been very supportive to me in my career, but she's extremely tough. And she couldn't make a difference at the ABC in terms of changing the culture, fixing the bias problems that they have. It almost doesn't matter who they put at the helm because the staff just rule the whole place.
Yeah, it's quite something, isn't it? I mean, I think Peter Tonner would be a fantastic pick. I think he's a really decent man and very smart and comes from the middle, ex-News Corp, ex-Foxtel, and very nice. He once got me tickets to Warner Brothers Movie World. That's the real reason I'm playing.
Well, that's why he should be head of the ABC.
He's a great guy. He's a really good,
easy
decent,
win,
smart
Joe
guy.
Over here.
Buy him some tickets.
The problem is, right, that with the advent, in particular, of social media, the loudest criticism of the ABC has been that it's too right-wing. And I know that seems impossible for anyone in the middle to think, but that is what people do. This is why the trolls on Twitter go after people like Lee Sales, who's straight as an arrow. This is why people jump up and down about Ita Buttrose being made chair in the first place, let alone being able to change anything. You know, this is why you have people like Antoinette Lattouf and Stan Grant saying that ABC is this terrible racist organisation. It's amazing to watch, but the problem is that all the pressure, a bit like Anthony Albanese dropping the stage 3 tax cuts, all the loudest voices are on the left. Even if to do what they are demanding would be political suicide, and you're seeing it, you know, hopefully not, but possibly with the Labor government, and you're seeing it with the ABC.
All right, well, we're out of time tonight. Joe Hildebrand, Liz Story, thank you both so much. Liz, we'll see you tonight at 10 o'clock.
Thank you.